Hello there. Welcome to Zephyr's BI and Analytics, where we learn by building BI projects. So today on this channel, I'm simply going to walk you through this data governance report I created with Power BI. So if it's your first time on this channel, please click on the subscribe button. Also turn on the notification to always stay updated when Power BI projects like this are uploaded on the channel. Most importantly, since it's your first time on the channel, you can actually check the channel. We have a lot of videos, a lot of projects we've created over time covering different data domain. So what are we going to be doing today? Today I'll walk you through this data governance report. By the end of this video, on the video description, you're going to find a link where you'll be able to download this very PBIX file. You'll be able to download the data set itself, and you'll also be able to download the PowerPoint background image where you can have access to this entire report. Now, but before you go ahead to download the report, I want you to carefully watch this video. I'll just walk you through some things, right? This report was actually created using ZoomCharts visuals. So what I'm going to do is I'll just walk you through how you can get the ZoomChart license. So when you open the report, you don't get queries that the visuals are not working properly. I'll walk you through how you can get the ZoomChart license, right? So you can have access to the ZoomChart visuals. Then I'll also walk you through how you can actually connect the data to this report itself, because you're just going to download the PBIX file and also going to download the data set itself. So you have to connect to make sure the data is working properly. So the report is actually a three-page report. Currently, we're looking at the executive overview. It's a simple report, I would say. So we have the KPIs here. You can select the KPI, then of course everything changes within the report for the particular KPIs you're actually looking at, right? Then you can proceed to the data quality, right? You have the data quality page also. Then you can go ahead to look at the data compliance. Now, like I said, this report was created using Zoom chart visuals. So if you're familiar with data challenges, you know that ZoomCharts, they sponsor a lot of data challenges, which means for you to participate, you can actually participate, then create your report using ZoomChart, and you stand a chance to win, I think about $300 worth Amazon voucher. So the two challenges you can actually participate in, where you'll be able to get the ZoomChart license, the license to the free ZoomChart visuals, right? Are actually the FP20 Analytics Data Challenge. So I'm going to leave the link to the FP20 Analytics Data Challenge on the video description also. So basically, when you come to the FP20 Data Challenge, you'll find a lot of details about the challenge and all that, right? Now, for you to get the Zoom Chat license, right, you need to come to this participating with Zoom Chat, right? You're participating with Zoom Chat, so you have to register, right? You click on the register. They'll ask you for your details, your first name, your last name, your email, password, and all that. I already have an account, right? So I can actually sign in using ZoomChat. And of course, to request for my email, right? Also request for my password, right? So I can actually sign in. So for you, when you register, you have to register if it's your first time. You have to register. Then of course, you have the challenge, right? You have the challenge right here. So you can actually subscribe and agree to the terms. You register for the challenge. That's for this very challenge now. This challenge that is ongoing. So once you register for the challenge, you see, I can see my license. So I can actually see my license. So once you click on see my license, you bring it down here where you'll be able to download your license. So the license comes as a theme, a JSON theme. I'm going to show you how it works also. But of course, when you see your license, you have the opportunity to be able to download your the license that's going to be given to you. Like I said, it comes in form of a theme, right? So you download the license. I already have it downloaded, so I don't need to download again, right? So that's for the FP20. Same goes for data DNA, right? For data DNA, you can also do the same thing. Of course, you learn more about the challenge, you want to participate, it's still the same process. But now, interestingly, if you have the license already, you don't have to go back again and every time download the license. No, you just need to download it once, right? So once you've done that, right? Once you've registered, you've signed up, you've registered to participate in the challenge, you see your license, then eventually download your license, right? By now, I expect you to also, you must have downloaded the PBIX file for this report. You must have downloaded the dataset. And of course, like I said, the PowerPoint and background image, you also find it there in the file. So you can also download that. So once you download that, you open it in Power BI, which means I'll come to Power BI now. So this is the report in my Power BI, right? So there are two things you need to do, two very important things you need to do. Now, you downloaded the data, right? So basically, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my folder where I have the data set for this report, where I connected to the data set. So I'm just going to come to my files, data challenges, Excel, FP20. So this is the data source itself, data governance. So let me just move this away from here and say Control X, and I'll place it somewhere in my download, Control V, right? So look at it on my downloads, right? So I'll close this. Now, this is what's going to happen to you, right? When you download the report, and you download the data set. If you don't connect the data set to the report, if you click somewhere like refresh here, what I expect is I'm going to get a data source error. So yeah, so I'm going to get a data source error, right? Now you don't want this error also. That's why you now need to, what you need to do next is once you download the data set is going to be sitting in your downloads, right? Yeah, in your downloads. So for me, it's going to be in my downloads, right? So it's in my downloads right now. So I also have where I put my Excel files. This is Excel XX. This is where I normally put all my Excel files in my downloads. So I'll probably move it from my downloads. I'll put it in that where I put all my Excel files, right? Okay, we're going to come back there. So now, for you to make sure the data source is working properly, like I said, if I click on refresh now, what happens? Data source error, right? Data source error, right? So I'm going to close. I'm going to come to transform data to open up Power Query, right? So I've made it really simple, right? What I've done here, if you click on refresh, you're also going to get data source error. So now what I've done here is, if you come to this folder where I have data sources, you have data folder. This is the folder part. You have the data set itself. What I need you to do is change the folder part. This folder part I have here is pointing to my own system. It's pointing to my desktop, my own system. You need to change it to yours. But how do you change it to yours? Remember, you downloaded this file, and the file, the data set, the Excel file, it's probably sitting in your downloads, or you took it to another folder, just like I did, right? So I need to go grab that folder part, which means I need to come to my folder. I'll come to my download. I'll come to my Excel XS. I'll open it. Then this is my folder part up here. This is the folder part. This is the data set here, data governance, right? This is my folder path. So I'll just copy this folder path, right? If you don't do this, you can right click on the data set and probably just copy as path. Then you navigate to your Power Query, click on manage parameters, right? Now, this is the folder path you want to replace. This is mine. This is pointing to my own system, so you need to replace it with yours. So you paste your folder path here. Now remember, you have string attached to the end and the data governance. So I'm going to delete the data governance, right? So this is what I have. I'm also going to delete the string at the end here. Okay, so this is what I have now. This is the folder part. It's pointing to the folder. Which folder is it pointing to? Excel XS. That's where the data set is actually sitting. So this is what I need. So you need to replace this with yours. So I'll click on OK. Next, the data set itself. It's actually, I didn't change the name of the data set. It's also data governance C35.xl. So I didn't change the name of the data set, which means I don't need to touch this file source. So now if you come to the fact or governance audit, I think this should refresh properly now. So this should work properly. The data dictionary should work properly. So if I click on close and apply, and it should bring me here without any issue. That error we were having before, we're not going to have that error anymore. We're not going to have that error anymore. So let's just give it a little while with a little time. So now you can see it's actually trying to load the data. So the data is loaded perfectly fine. You don't have any issue. If I click on refresh now, let's see what's going to happen. If I click on refresh, I don't expect that same error I got before now. So you see everything works perfectly fine, right? That's for this is for what the data source issue. Now, if you don't understand what we did, let me move this file, this data governance file, back to the original folder where I normally keep my data challenge Excel file. So I'll just cut it to my desktop, to my files, data challenge FP20. So I'll drop it here. This is the original place I normally keep my data challenge Excel files. So I'll close this. Now, since I just moved that data, if I click on refresh, of course, I'm going to get the same error I got before now. So I'll close. If I come to transform data, take me to Power Query. What's going to happen here? You already know what's going to happen, right? It's going to give a it's going to give an error eventually if I click on refresh preview. So I'm going to get an error. So which means I made it so simple that I'm using a parameter. So you just need to replace this particular data source parameter with your own folder path, right? So I'll just go back again to the original folder in my desktop, my files, data challenge Excel file FP20. This is the folder path. I'll just copy it. This is it. Folder path. I'll copy. Then I navigate back to what is it called? Power query. I'll just paste that. Remember, I need to put a slash at the end. This very slash is very important. So with that, I've resolved this issue again. I click on refresh now. I don't think I'll have that issue anymore. So I'll click on close, close and apply. So with this, we've solved connecting the data to the PBIX file itself. So you don't have that issue anymore. Next, right, you can see I'm signed in using my Power BI account, but the reason I'm not getting any error with this is because I'm using the ZoomChart license. So you can see all the ZoomChart visuals I have here. I'm using the ZoomChart license, which means by now you must have downloaded your ZoomChart license, right? You open the PBIX, connect to the data source, right? You sign into your Power BI. So for the ZoomChart, right, what you need to do is come to view. Now you see your themes here. You just click on themes, then you come to um, browse for themes, right? You browse for themes. Now, for me, the Zoom chat thing, I saved it somewhere, right? So I'll navigate to where I have it. So if you just downloaded yours, maybe it'd be on your download, but because I use it a lot, I saved it somewhere where I'll always find it. So I'll go to my files. I think I'll come to data challenge, look at it here, Zoom chat license. So when I double click on it, you see bring down visuals thing with license key. So you just need to select this and click on open. So with this, you'll be able to use the Zoom chat visuals without any error, right? Without any issue. You're going to use the Zoom chat visuals without any error or any issue, right? You have all the visuals at your disposal once you do this. Like I said, download the license. You saw what I did now. Once you download the license, it comes as a thing. So once you have a Power BI open, you sign in, you can come to more themes here, you browse for themes, it will take you straight to the license you downloaded. So for you, it may be on your downloads, right? So you just go to your downloads and of course you grab it and click on it. So like I said, the report was created using ZoomChat, right? Now, one of the things you would want to do is probably convert the report. If you want to convert the report, if you want to, right, convert the report from ZoomChat visuals to the normal native Power BI visuals. It's quite easy also. You just need to click on the visuals and you start your conversion, right? Everything is already here. The um the measures are well arranged. You have the calendar table and everything. So I'll just do a quick demo with one. Let's say I want to convert this very one, everything here. I want to take it back to the native line chart. So I'll just click on the line chart. And voila, I've done this, right? But it's not proper yet. So I need to take the source system. I need to take it to the legend. So I'll probably just move this to the legend. I'll remove this. This is the source system, bring it here, then I'll move it to the legend, right? So this is what I have. It's still not clear yet, right? I'll remove the day, then I'll drill down. So with this, you can see I've just replaced that visual, right, with the native visual. Same goes for the donut, right? You can just click on the donut and convert it back to the native visual, right? So this is supposed to be by usage. So yeah, by usage. So you can do your conversions and all that. If you don't want to use the Zoom chat for this, right, you can convert, right? Now, the only one I also want to walk you through is this one that I think may be tricky if you are converting the visuals, right? Let's say you're converting them. But I think I'll stick to Zoom chat. Well, you still can convert. So let's say you want to convert this very visual I have here that looks like a page, right? To the native visual, right? So I'll just click on it, bring it up here. So ideally, once you have something like this, I'm going to convert it to, let's see, clustered bar chart. So when you're using a clustered bar chart, this is what you're going to get. You're going to have something like this. 100%, and this is supposed to be the field. I think what I did here was come to format, first put up the legend, you don't need it. To the y-axis, put up the title, x-axis, put it off, put up the title, you don't need it. So you have something like this, right? So next I'll come to bounce, and I think I'll click on overlap, right? Then I'll start making some of the adjustments. Okay, I think allow it to overlap, right? Okay, so it overlaps, then I have something like this, right? I have something like this. Of course, this is almost 100%, so it's fine. So what you need to do next is come here, just click on the measure is actually the 100%. So we need to make that gray color. The average completeness will probably make it purple, right? Okay, so I want to grab this purple color we use here. So I'll click on this fill as what's the fill? I want to grab this purple color. So I'll grab this purple color. So I can come back here now, change this color to this purple color. So you see, this is close to what we have here using Zoom chart, using the Zoom chart. So this is how I'll go about it if I want to show the date, right? This is how I'll go about it. So you can do all these conversions, and of course, you still can work with the Zoom chart. I've showed you how you can download the license and all. So with that, you have access to this entire report, right? You can look at the report, make modifications to the report, explore, improve on what I've done, right? The measures are here. How to format these Zoom chart visuals are also there. You can actually look at the report carefully. You find everything there. And yes, that will be all for this session. So go download, explore, and I'll see you again. If you have any questions, any challenge, you can actually reach out to me via LinkedIn. You can reach out to me, just send me a DM. I'll respond and help you in any way I can. So until then, I'll see you some other time. Thank you very much for your support. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Bye for now.